All right, guys, so for this chest and triceps workout, I decided to start off with doing some bench just to start. I usually like trying to start off with benching for my chest workouts. So I decided to start off with 25 pounds on each side. Nothing too crazy to start out, just something pretty light just to warm up before I get into some a little bit heavier weights here. So I just did about 8 to 10 reps or so, nothing too crazy. But yeah, after this set, I move on to 35 pounds on each side. This is my first kind of real set that I'm starting. And for this set, I am going for about 10 reps or so. Recently, I've been trying to get in at least 8 to 10 reps. I'm trying to stay somewhat in that range to make sure I'm keeping the weight heavy enough, but also getting enough reps in also. I don't want to be maxing out at like 2 or 3 reps, doing like 80% of my max. That's just not what I'm working at right now. And the same goes on the other side. I'm not trying to do a ton of volume, like 15 to 30 reps per set. So kind of trying to find my nice sweet spot in between there. So I did do about 2 more sets of the bench. I just didn't film it for you guys just because I did pretty much the same weight. But next I moved on to doing push-ups. There were 3 different types of push-ups I did. I can't remember if I filmed all these for you guys, but I did pretty much normal push-ups, about shoulder width apart, having the handles. And then I also did wide grip, and then also close grip. So the normal grip just kind of works mostly your chest. Wide grip just hits the chest in a different way. And then close grip, really, you still get the chest and some shoulders, or mostly the chest, but also some triceps as well. So I like to do that to incorporate it right before I go into triceps, so I'm activating those muscles. But next, I decided to do some flat benching with dumbbells. I believe I have 35 pounds on here. Same thing, I'm going for about 8 to 10 reps, depending on how I'm feeling. If I can do more with the weight, I'm not just going to stop. But yeah, so trying to get 10 reps in. So for these, I did do 3 sets for the presses. And then also for these flies, I did 3 sets as well. I just didn't film all of them to keep it kind of short. I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I did, basically. For the flies, I really try to go as slow as possible, really trying to control the movement and contract the muscles as best as possible. Some movements I can get away with kind of not being sloppy with form, but just kind of pushing through the movement to maximize the weight that I can move. But for these, I really try to focus on form. I just feel like my muscles are working better. Again, I get more out of the exercise as a whole. So next, after that, I decided to do close grip benching. Pretty similar to doing the close grip push-ups. These really activate your triceps as well as your chest. So these are the ones, like I said, that I like to do right before doing triceps. For these, I really try to keep my elbows close to my body as best as possible and focus on the downward motion as well as pushing up and it kind of exploding at the top to really get the most out of it. Same thing, did about 3, I think I did 2 sets of those actually. So that was pretty much my chest workout as a whole for that day. Next I'm working on triceps. So this is a staple workout for me. Tricep pull downs or push downs. For these, I'm just doing it with I don't know actually what that bar is called. It has a kind of a curve in it for your grip. But I like using that bar a lot. I feel my triceps really working for this one. I kept the weight decently light for these. I haven't been going super heavy on these. Kind of same thing, keeping the weight lighter, really focusing on the movement and the eccentric, the upward motion. But yeah, guys, that's my push workout for today. That's pretty much all I had, so enjoy the rest of the video. $167.8. Alright guys, so before I hit this crazy leg workout, I am going to take pre-workout. Usually I try to stay away from pre-workout just because I don't want it to be a crutch when I'm working out, so I try not to use it every day. There are certain days where I'm just completely lacking either motivation or I'm just completely tired
for whatever reason. So I do usually have at least one tub of something on me, just to make sure I can use it if I really do want it. But my go-to pre-workout right now is the Enter with Purpose Run Everything Labs Lemon Lime. This is probably the best tasting pre-workout I've ever had before. So I'm gonna take one scoop of this before I hit legs, and then we're gonna get into it. All right, guys, so here are the nutritional facts for the pre-workout. Like I said before, this isn't the type of workout that I would take on a regular basis, or even for that matter. I know some pre-workouts you can use to study, or different types of supplements just to give you energy. This is definitely not that pre-workout. Last time I took this, I was just hanging out, sitting down, and like 10 minutes passed and my whole face was completely itching, and I just felt like I needed to do something before I was gonna die. So we're gonna take one scoop of this and then get into it. All right, guys, I'm not gonna do a full scoop just because I'm not like crazy tired, but I do want to get a little kick in for this workout. So I'm just gonna take about a half a scoop just today. All right, let's get it. All right, so I usually get in the habit of not eating before my workouts just because I like to work out first thing in the morning. So I am gonna eat just one bowl of oatmeal just before I hit this crazy leg workout, just so I don't get too tired or get lightheaded or anything. Hey, jeez, easy, Marlon.
Alright guys, so I'm going to take you through the leg workout that I had today. This is kind of a general basic workout that I do for legs. I switch it up every once in a while, but this is kind of like the basic layout of what I do. I am wearing a knee sleeve on my right knee. I've just been having a little bit of tendonitis in that knee, but nothing too crazy. So I have been going light recently, but that's just comes with part of having injuries. So I just warmed up doing squats with the bar just to get warmed up. Don't want to start with too much weight. Next, I added 25 pounds on each side of the bar. Same thing. This is kind of like my first set with squats. I've been going really light with squats. Just I feel like my form hasn't been perfect recently, so I've just been cutting back and really trying to focus on my form before I go too heavy or anything. But yeah, for these, I have you guys can't see it, but I have a mirror on where I'm looking at. So I always try to look at my form when I'm doing these, make sure I'm going slow and correcting anything that I see as I'm going through it. My cat's always down in the basement when I'm working out, so that is my cat. Next, same thing, doing squats, but I added 35 pounds. This is kind of like my first real set that I'm starting to do for squats. This is kind of like where I'm peaking in terms of weight and doing more sets with. So for this one, I believe I got 10 reps in. Same thing like I was telling you guys for when I was benching. I've been trying to get about 10 reps in for squats. I think I'm going to start to bring that back to 8 and increase the weight a little bit more. But I haven't done squats in a while. So I just wanted to go lighter to start and just make sure everything's good, my form's good, things like that. So, but yeah, I did do 2 more sets with the 35-pound plates on each side. I believe I didn't show you guys. Maybe I did film them, but here's the next set of these. But I did 3 sets of these. The squat, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but squats are just such a fundamental workout, not even just for legs, but you're pretty much using almost every muscle in your body doing squats. That being said, I always try to start off, well, not always start off, but I always try to incorporate squats into some type of leg workout. That being said, I do try to train legs about once a week, maybe twice a week, usually once a week, just because of how big the muscle group is, and not to mention if I hit it right after these leg workouts, I'm drained. So I try to hit it hard, but hit it like about once a week. Usually I try to do it on Saturdays, but it depends on the day. But yeah, usually once a week. So it looks like I did film all 3 sets for you guys. Um, like I said, you can kind of see I'm looking at my form, making sure everything looks right. Um, Knees parallel with the ground. I'm not trying to bring my knees in too much or have them flare out. So just trying to keep that proper form, sitting back. Or else you can if your knees go past your toes, you can put a lot of pressure on your knees. So for these, I'm really trying to focus on sitting back with the weight, um, just to prevent any injuries and hurt my legs any more than I already have. So for these next sets, I brought my stance in a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I added a 45-pound plate on the floor, and my heels are up on that plate, and my toes are on the floor. And what this does is it's a different form of squat that activates more of your quads. So I do these just to kind of isolate my quads. It's just a different form of squatting. I don't do these as often as I do normal squatting, but on leg sessions where I really want to isolate the quads, this is a great exercise that I usually try to do. Same thing for these. I did 3 sets of 10 for each one, or 3 sets, and I did 10 repetitions for each one. So the next session or the next workout that I did was the leg press machine. This is probably my favorite leg workout right now. Just because I feel like I can usually go heavier with these, and I feel like I'm doing more work, which is always a good thing. But I kept the knee brace on, or the knee brace on for these, just because these tend to aggravate my knee probably more than any of the other exercises. Actually, I think I actually injured my knee doing leg presses, so that makes sense. So next I did hack squats. These are, I don't know if it's just me, I think it's everyone, but these are a lot harder for me. I don't know exactly why, but these are just a lot harder for me than doing the leg presses. So, but that being said, I put two 35-pound plates on the rack doing these hack squats. I tend to keep my stance pretty about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. That's just the stance I feel I can get the most power out of my squatting. So that's where I've been keeping it at so far. But yeah, I did 3 sets for each one of those two. Moving on for the leg workout, I try to end with more kind of like supplementary workouts, stuff that isn't as tasking on the body, you could say. So squats is kind of like the biggest one where people get tired usually, then the leg press, and these are kind of more, like I said, supplemental movements that are you can kind of lay down for. They're not quite as intense, you could say, but they're very important. So these I'm doing hamstring curls. I don't remember exactly what weight I had on those. I think I did about 35 or 40 pounds. I did 3 sets of those. Next, I moved on to doing knee extensions with about the same weight, maybe a little bit less. I usually do a little bit more weight with the hamstring curls just because it's a bigger muscle group and I can do more with that. Same thing, I got 3 sets of 10 in for each one of these. I know I feel like I tell you guys I do every movement very slow and controlled, but these knee extensions I really try to not go too heavy just because I don't feel like that exercise is meant to go heavy. I think it's something where you're supposed to go lighter and fully contract throughout the whole movement, especially on the way down, and really feel your muscles working. There's nothing wrong with going heavy, but I just feel like I just get more out of the workout when I go lighter with those. But anyways, I ended with doing calf raises. This is a great way to end my leg sessions that I do, just to isolate the calves and just something different, something besides the normal squatting routine. So I always try to do train legs as much as possible. But yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.